Okay, so a few days ago, I posted this video titled How I Made $1,000 in a Day Trading Options, and I gave out some call outs of what I basically was planning on happening, what I thought was going to happen in the markets on three main assets that I'm watching, which is Bitcoin, SPSIBI, which is biotech. You can also search up XBI and it'll also be biotech. And the third one was gold. And I also go over GME in this video, but mainly those three assets that I just mentioned were what I was predicting. And starting off with XBI, I called this short. I was waiting for it to drop to enter here, but I also talk about in this video shorting right here and then entering when this happens. But this was the first move to come, and I drew it out. So I'm going to go over the update of what actually happened. So this is SPSIB. Well, this is Labu, but it follows biotech. LABU is a 3x leveraged bull ETF of XBI. So it goes up 3 times whatever XBI goes up. And I bought put contracts on here and held it overnight. And then the next day, this happened. We had a 7% drop. I caught about 6% of it with put options on the day of expiration. I wasn't in the 0-day expiration contracts. Mine were a week out. Man, if I were in those though, I would have been up 500%, but still a solid profit. I put in $580, 4 contracts at a $1.45 premium. You can see all the info right here. And then I sold the contracts for $2.45. So 4 contracts at a $2.45 premium. So $400 profit in total on just this one trade. So it played out really well. This is the bar pattern that we're following. This is November of 2020. It's been following it very closely. For the past month, I've just been following this bar pattern, just trading exactly what it says it's going to do, using some of my TA strategy along with it, of course. But I talk about this whole bar pattern setup in previous videos. If you haven't looked at it, check it out so you can understand this full setup. But this was just like a small scalp to take profit on. But yeah, that played out. So according to the bar pattern, we are right here now. You might have a little quick wick down. Today is Saturday. So on Monday, market open, I'm going to be looking to long Labu right here. Let's get rid of this. Once I start seeing a little bit of higher highs and higher lows on the micro time frames, I will look to long stop loss like somewhere around here and probably just below this zone right here. But I'm going to be looking to long Labu with call options, which is going to be the same setup, but I'm just going to hold it a little bit longer. It's not just going to be a quick little scalp. So we have this incoming, and if I zoom out, look at this. We literally have, I calculated out a 60 to 80 day bull market basically for biotech. Now I'm going to be trading these little up and downs, scalping calls and puts to try to just to accumulate more capital to put it into the larger positions which I'm holding. So I'm going to be entering call options down here Monday market open as soon as we start heading up a little bit. As soon as price starts proving this bar pattern correct, I'm going to put in some swing options. So I'm going to swing them. So expiration is going to be a little bit further out. I haven't decided exactly which one I'm going to select yet. I'll deal with that on Monday, but I'm going to be holding these for some time. Let's see here. I calculated this out. So we're moving about 2.44 times faster than this. So this is 1 week for us. So I'm going to be holding these contracts probably like Wednesday or Thursday. I'll get out because we have a little bit of a pullback coming in, a little fake out to break below this uptrend. We're going to break below that, start heading back up. That's what the bar pattern says. It's been following it very, very, very closely. Like some days it's even bar for bar, which is crazy. Like on Friday, what happened there? It was literally like following the bar pattern bar for bar there. But it's not like that every time. The length of the candles isn't going to be exactly the same, obviously. The time is going to be distorted a little bit, doesn't follow that perfectly, but you can do some calculations by measuring, you know, how long it took for a certain section of the bar pattern to play out, and then comparing it to here. And if it's, you know, faster or slower, you can calculate that out to have an idea of what's going to happen. But of course, as it's happening, things can change, which change the time. So you don't try to predict it perfectly with the time. Calculate it out to get a general understanding of how long the pattern should play out, because we're dealing with options, you know, options contracts. So time is important. If you were holding just shares, you don't have to worry about that because you can just hold it all the way through, no time decay. But the options there is, but it's way more lucrative, because if we can predict the time, get a general idea of it, and the direction, those two things is what make option contracts fly. If you know those two things, oh my gosh, those contracts will soar. So that's the setup for XBI. I'm going to be longing Labu around like 109 to probably around, 109 to 114, I would say, is the zone where I'm going to be longing. If we head up, drop back down, I might long it on the retest, or I might just long it on the push up. Right here, it shows that the retest is a little bit higher, so maybe just entering just as it's breaking up. So that's the plan. I already have my alert set. Right here, let me actually lower this a little bit down to like right here. That's where I'm going to be looking to enter the longs. And then next in the video, I called out a setup on gold. I actually drew it out, so it's right here. So this is the bar pattern for gold on the left. This is the current price. Well, current in the video. And I drew out that we were going to have a fake out below this trend line before heading back up, just like this bar pattern says. And I go over the macro analysis of this bar pattern in previous videos if you want to check it out. I just don't want to, you know, put it in here because I've already said it before, and it would take a while. So this is what I predicted, and I was looking not to short this down because I don't want to trade the manipulation specifically on gold. I just didn't want to do that at the time, but this push up is what I was trying to catch. Now if we look at gold, this is what happened. Literally bar for bar, what I predicted with this bar pattern. And this isn't like some bragging rights video. I'm just showing you that this bar pattern is playing out. You know, I'm not claiming to be a genius or anything. It's just, hey, this is what it said it was going to do, and it did it, you know? So I looked to long this push up with JNUG. Unfortunately, JNUG, so it's a gold miner, but it didn't follow it perfectly. It went up like literally, I think it was like 2.5 or 3%. I mean, not bad, but this, if I traded GLD with call options, which expired on those days, those went up 310%. And then the week out expirations, which I was planning on entering, those ones went up 120 to 140%, with 220 being the strike price on GLD, 220 being like right here. So if I pull up GLD, bar pattern showing that we should have a push up to here, or well, hold on, up to here, which is where this fake high was before the drop happens, kind of like a little megaphone pattern. It says we should head up to this high. It's been following it very, very closely. So this little resistance up here being 219 to 220, those call options, which at the time it was right here. I was trying to buy it, but it was 1:30 p.m. I had got home from the gym. I'm not making excuses, but man, I should have gotten those contracts. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, I know, but I mean, it hasn't even reached the price target, and those contracts are already up 150%. You know what I'm saying? So that is crazy. I'm gonna get in though. This little area right here is where we're at. So we form this little like steep uptrend, break below it, wick through it for a little sell side liquidity inducement before this next push up happens, right? So the plan is pretty much the same thing. 1 hour time frame. Actually, let's do the 30-minute. So this little uptrend on Sunday at 3 p.m. when market opens, my time, PST. On Monday, I'm thinking we do a little bit of consolidation. As soon as we break below this trend line, this is what the bar pattern is saying, to head up, right? Now, maybe to like right here, because 220 is already the peak of the bar pattern. So I think we'll head up to around, this little resistance area right here. Here, I'll draw it out. So a little support, and we can see all the touches right there. Seems like a key level. So the plan would be Monday morning when this drop happens and we start resuming up just a little bit, price proving the bar pattern correct. I'm going to be entering GLD call options and taking it up to 217. So I'll select a 217 strike price, probably a June 21st. Yeah, I'll do June 21st expiration with a 217 strike price and long this move up. I'll probably put in like, I don't know, I kind of want to go up more with this one. I usually trade with like $500 to $1,000 with call options. Just with options in general. But I might increase it to like 1,500 to 2K because just the past month I've just been right literally on like every single trade, almost every single trade. I'd say like 95% of the trades I've entered have all been right. And GME still has time to play out. That one I'm a little bit negative in it, but it's unrealized loss. I'm still waiting on the rest of the bar pattern to play out. But it's only like down like $200, nothing crazy. But I think those are going to pay off really well in this coming week. But yeah, so this is the setup for gold. Predicted the drop perfectly. I wish I was in the GLD contracts, but I literally called it out in the video showing that I was going to long here. So that played out. Now I am calling out another trade, which is this long. Now moving on. So we see that this is what we're expecting. I'm going to look to get out at this high. I'm not going to short the pullback because we're in an uptrend. I don't want to counter trend trade. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. But in this case, I really just want to stick to this, uptrend playing out. And I will exit my calls up here in this zone or near the zone. If we have some rejection wicks or whatever, start slightly heading down on the micro time frames, lower lows and lower highs, I'll get out of my call options, take my profit, wait for the drop to happen. Bar pattern shows it just retests this resistance as support. So this zone right here is what I would be looking to re-enter. So after it kind of chills up here for a second, comes back down to this zone right here, and then we head back all the way up to these highs. So let's just put it in the middle of the zone, 219.5. Okay, cool. So I'd be waiting for the pump here, get in there, get out in this zone, and then wait for this pullback to happen. As soon as we start zooming up a little bit, maybe we form like a little micro downtrend. As soon as we break above that downtrend, I would be getting in call options again and longing those all the way up to here. So that's the game plan for gold. So we went over XBI, we went over gold, now Bitcoin. This played out perfectly as well. So if I put this on, let's do like the 4 hour real quick. Where are you? Right here. So this area right here, in that video, I'll pull it up in a second. This area I called top. This is the bar pattern. This is current price action. So let me zoom out a little bit. So right here. So in this video, let me see if I can find it. I literally pull up Bitcoin showing what I think is going to happen. Perfect right here. So this is the current price at the time. And I called a short, and even the video before this video, I was calling a short up here because I thought we were here. And this played out. I shorted via Coin puts. So Coin is the stock for Coinbase. The ticker is COIN. It's just Coin. And I bought some put contracts here, expecting this drop to come in. That played out really well. I think I pull up Coin in just a second. Yeah, so this is Coin right here. So we can see that that drop played out. So I took my profit here. I know it went lower. I just didn't want to hold through all that, deal with the theta and everything like that. So I just wanted to keep it simple. So I took my profit here. I think I have Coin on here somewhere. Buy Coin at 110 per contract and sold it at 153. So not bad. It was like a 40% profit. I think I sold it like right here, even not even like right here. I think it was like here. I missed a little bit of profit, but still 40%, not bad. It was literally a very quick trade. Like, it's played out pretty quickly. But anyways, the point is, in this bar pattern, that's not the end of it. We have a little pump up, a little fake push up back to the range high before we make a lower low, right? So some little manipulation action going on. So on Bitcoin, if I go back, this push up, so I was attributing this drop, to this drop right here, and we consolidate, drop lower. I attributed this drop to this one. Now this bottom right here, you can see we push up, consolidate for a second, and then break out. Push up, consolidate for a second, and in that consolidation, I was like, okay, this is for sure this. So I entered Coin, was it Coin or CONL? CONL is just a 2x leverage version of Coin, so it's just more volatile. But I entered calls here, and this push up was juicy. It was really good. So let's see here, Coin. Oh, there we go. Coin call. Oh, I sold the calls. Where did I buy the calls? 330. So I bought Coin call $330 at $1.10, and then I sold it. Oh yeah, that was the trade, right? I think that was the trade. That wasn't the whatever, you get the point. I was trading Coin. I'm just trying to show that I'm not like lying about, I actually do follow these trades. I don't just call it out and not enter it, but it's somewhere there. I don't want to bore you with scrolling through all my trades trying to find it. But the point was that this top was this top. So after I longed that, this top right here, I entered Connell puts and caught this move down, or it was Coin puts, whatever, caught this move down. I didn't catch all of this. I exited like right here because I thought right here was already here, but it just needed a little bit more time. So this bottom I'm attributing finally to being right here. Now if we look, and I put this like on the 30-minute, this is awesome. So you can trade these bar pattern setups with scalping as well. It doesn't just have to be with the bigger moves. I like the bigger moves because, you know, there's just more profit in it, obviously. But during the time when you're waiting for that big move to play out, let's say the bar pattern is showing that we have a consolidation period coming up for the next week, 2 weeks, whatever, and you're like, oh shoot, there's not much to trade. Yes, there is. Drop it to the smaller time frames, see where the trades are at, see where the next expected movement is, and try to catch 1 to 2%. Why not? You're waiting anyway for the main setup to play out, so just trade the scalp. And right here, that's what I'm doing right now. So I predicted that we are here. Let's see why. Let me drop it to 12. The 12-minute time frame. This bottom being this one, they even look super similar right here. Bottom wicks and everything. Push up, pull back, push up, pull back. We form this little ascending wedge, just like we did over here. And then we can see here, we break below it. So I put that little orange, little sweep right there. I did the same thing here. It looks more similar. Since we're moving slower here, I'll increase this to 24-minute 12. So this is double 24-minute time frame on the right. So this little drop here was, I attributed that to this. Then we push up again, breaking above. For the day traders, this is a, break of the ascending triangle. The measured move has this way over here. But what happens before that move happens? Sell side liquidity inducement. Because now everybody's longing here. No, we got to take you guys out and then enter anyway, and then it goes up. That's just how smart money operates. So yeah, this drop and this top were these two. Then we break below it, and then we have this push up above this downtrend line right here. So right here, if this downtrend, which can be pulled all the way from here, I just kept it short and simple over here, but it was literally like, let's see here, it's not perfect, but you get the point. All of that downtrend, we break above it, and then we drop below it. So we form that uptrend, break above it just to break below it. And it's funny that this happening right now, it just turned 5 o'clock, right? So it's funny that this little downtrend right here, put it below the wicks or at the bodies. Isn't it interesting that right before 5 o'clock hits, it's 5:03 right now, we pump up above the trend line, then 5 o'clock hits, so the daily candle closes, the 4-hour candle closes, the 1-hour candle closes, all of that. Above that downtrend. So for the day traders to see that, like on the hourly candle, close above here, meaning, long, it's resuming upwards. I think we still have time up here to push up to here. That's what the bar pattern says. So it's just a little scalp that I'm taking. But the point is I'm going to be looking to even short in this zone right here and catch this movement. I'm just going to be trading all these movements as best as I can. And then when we get close to here, that's when I shift my focus from scalping into day trading, into swing trading, and I'll wait for the major move to happen, enter my call options, hold them for a couple days, catch the movement on coin, because obviously you can't trade options on cryptos, but you can trade crypto correlated stocks like Coinbase, Mara, CONL, EREN, SDIG, plenty of Bitcoin miner stocks that are super correlated to Bitcoin, and they follow it very closely. They follow it as closely as ETH follows Bitcoin. So it's not perfect, but the general direction. So that's what I'm waiting on. When this little pullback happens next, and on Monday we push up and pull back again, I'm going to be entering some call options, doing some day trades. But yeah, that's the setup for Bitcoin. We're just currently waiting for this. We're going to scalp this consolidation and then catch this main move that's coming in. Put this on like the 4-hour so you can see what I mean. That noise, by the way, is the fan on my laptop, so sorry if that's annoying, but right here, waiting to catch this move. This is on replay mode, so it doesn't show the rest of it, but we just consolidate a little bit more. We actually head back up to 71 according to the bar pattern. So we're going to catch that move. So it does this and does it again, and then drops below back to this range low, and then heads up to 71. That's going to be a huge move. I'll make more videos about that. But at this moment, for the rest of the week, we're just going to trade Bitcoin, scalping these ups and downs, this range, catching this push up back to probably around 69K. We're going to be doing that with call options. I'm going to be trading on my leveraged BTC accounts and all of that. I have multiple accounts. But yeah, that's the trade setup. So BTC, covered that. Lubu, waiting to long it on Monday morning. GME is another one. I'll quickly cover this one. Basically, the bar pattern that we're at right now. Whoops, maybe the 2-hour says that we are. Oh gosh, I hope I don't have to go back too far. Yeah, there we are. So the bar pattern for GME says that we are right here. I thought we were right here. But even regardless, whichever one we're at, the next move is up, so it doesn't really matter. But it's been following it very closely. I know I say that a lot, but these bar patterns, I've traded them in the past, and when you find out how to actually trade bar patterns, I'll post another video after this one, understanding the fractal nature of the market, because you can tell a minor difference of thinking we're here versus here can make you lose the trade. Bar patterns, people just going, oh, that's not the answer to trading. You have to really understand time, the cyclical nature of the market, the fractal nature of the market, to fully identify where you are at in a bar pattern. Okay, so it's not just visuals of just looking, oh, what looks similar. That's the start. You can get the general area with that. But when you're trying to pinpoint where you are at candle for candle, you really have to break it down to the lower time frames, understand what the pattern is and how it's that same pattern on the lower time frame is expanding into the bigger one. And when you can see that cycle 1 of the smaller time frame playing out to cycle 2, that same pattern that it formed on the smaller time frames forming on the middle time frames, like the hourly and whatnot, and you see it expanding like a Fibonacci, taking more time and following it, then you can understand and pinpoint where you are at exactly on the bar pattern. And once you do that, you know where you are. You don't have to keep doing that. You can to make sure you're still there, but then you get the general direction. So right here is where I believe we are. If I put this like on the 4 hour, you can see. Let's do like the daily. So this push up right here, boom, boom, we push up, do a little, oh, whoops, no. This whole drop right here was this drop. That's where I attributed it to. Put it on 4 hour. And then after we drop, we do a little push up, drop back down, push up, drop back down. Actually, I attributed this to this. And then when we start heading up, I attributed this to this. This next push up, this little push up that happened here, I attributed to this. I know it makes a higher high and it didn't here, but that's after going through all the possible scenarios, that one seems the most likely. And then we push up again, just like we did over here, but then end up dropping again, boom. And then that drop was finally below that little uptrend that we were forming. Boom, broke below the trend line before pumping. And then for us, same situation. We formed an uptrend. Let me pull the macro uptrend right here. So there's that one. And then even the smaller time frame slash just more local trend line right here, we break below it. So we break below it right here. If we adjust that a little bit, and then we do it again, broke below it there, and we do it again, and then boom, we head up from there. So that's why I'm holding my GME cold, and I really think we're going to pump up to, you know, does it have to be a higher high? No, it doesn't follow, but perfectly, but the general direction says that we're heading up. So I'm going to be holding those calls. So I went over GME, BTC, GLD, and Lebu. Those are all the trade setups I'm waiting on. So far, I was literally right on all of them, especially BTC. Like in the previous videos, go check them out. I called this top, I called this push up, I called the short here, and now I'm calling this little range of waiting for price to develop a little bit, seeing where your highs and lows are, and then scalping it accordingly. And then I'm going to be waiting for that trend line to form like this, just like it did over here, or it could be a little bit lower. Heads up, drops right back down. That's what it says it should do, which forms a trend line on purpose so that when we break out of this downtrend one, baits in the longs just to screw them, which breaks below here. And then after everybody's exiting because they're afraid because we broke below the retail trend line, that provides the liquidity necessary for this push back up to here, back to like 69. So that's going to be amazing, catching like around like 5 to 6%, and it shows to be a quick move. So that's really good for the option contracts. Those will go up a ton. So this video has been super long, 29 minutes. I think it's the longest video I've made so far on my channel, but those are all the setups. Let me know what you guys think. I'll post updates to them. This is how all my videos are going to be. I'm going to predict the movement of what I see happening. This is not financial advice, obviously. This is just what I'm doing. And then I'm going to show the next day proof that I entered my trades, showing that I'm right, and consistently doing this. Not posting a video going, look, I made so much money. Like, look, I was super right, but you didn't call it out beforehand. Just like those other YouTubers, how they post videos and they're like, look how I made 40 grand. I know it's a clickbaity, and I posted a video saying how I made 1 grand, but the point is, before I made this video saying that I made 1 grand, the day before I posted the trade setup itself showing exactly what I was preparing to do and what I was waiting on, and then the next day I posted it showing the profit. So that's the setup. Like, that's what I'm going to be doing. So basically, wait for the trade setup to form. I call it out with a video saying this is what I think is going to happen. This is how I'm going to trade it. And then when the move happens, I'll post an update video showing it. So it's super transparent. I don't want to be, only posting videos when I'm right on the trade so that you guys see that I'm right, and then try to sell you guys a course, but I don't talk about the losses. Me, I'm showing all my trades. I'm showing after they play out, and I'm showing that I'm entering them, or I'm showing the setup before I'm even entering them. So I know I'm yapping a lot. That's the end of the video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about these setups, and then, yeah, till the next one.